Seconds in a lift fin with Price and Kirton, beginning now.
I'm quite interested in sci-fi horrors like Alien and Predator, but is it quite difficult to make on a low budget?
No, I don't think so. Because a little trick they did in Alien was they went to a junkyard and they got lots of bits and pieces and they built this sort of long corridor. And then they stuck a mirror at the end of it at an angle so it looked even longer. And they had actors performing in this corridor, and it was how they created this, is how they fooled us into believing they were on a spaceship. There's a gym that we rehearsed in for one of our films, and it's the perfect size to do that. And I don't think it's going to cost too much to go to a junkyard and just grab lots of bits and pieces. It's called kit bashing. You get lots of bits and pieces, you just build something that looks futuristic.
And I think
it'd be possible.
I think as well with sci-fi, especially things where the first three Star Wars, not the prequels, but the reason they're so good is because the world's kind of slightly broken down as well. So instead of like trying to make it all shiny and perfect, you kind of, it's what you can cobble together, and you know, and I think it sort of makes you be a bit more creative, trying to like just put it together and make it make sense.
There's like a history there, isn't it? And all the oily stains and stuff, you know that things are old, and it's something you can relate to because you see it on cars and buildings. They just took that and put it onto, you know, model spaceships, and all of a sudden everything felt real. Another scene in Alien where Dallas is going through the shafts, and you know, it's just two dots going boop, boop. One's the alien, one's him. It's just two dots. All you see of Tom Skerritt, the actor, he's walking through something that seriously was no bigger than this corner. The same angle, they just had to put the camera in different angles and change the lighting slightly, so it looked like he was going through a labyrinth of corridors. It was just one small, thin strip that they would turn on its side, and then he'd come out and make it look like he was coming up another level. It's about putting the camera where you need to put it, and like we did with the basement in Colin, several locations edited together to give the illusion that it's one location, because the audience only knows what you're showing it. It's, you know, you can get away with pretty much anything.
And one other quick one was, in the trailer, not showing the monster, would that make it a lot better than just showing?
I always find I kind of want to see the monster, which is why it's really good in the trailer to not see it, because then I'm going to go to the movie and then I'm going to see it in the movie. There's fun to be had in not seeing the monster, but you know, you kind of want to see it as a payoff point where you're like, oh, here it is at last. And it's a nice technique that filmmakers use sometimes. With Jurassic Park, it was a really good example with the rippling water, and you know it's a T-Rex, you know it's coming, but it's just so long before it does. And the menace is really built up through the audience knowing that a dinosaur's coming. We know it's going to be bad, the characters don't. And think of it as a device to try and build tension before the reveal, rather than, oh, show the monster, show the monster. Does that make sense?
Yeah.